Key features of PrestaShop Advanced Security Manager: Secure Admin Access with Two-Factor Authentication, 2FA. Prevent brute force attacks and unauthorized logins. Protect your store using an advanced web application firewall, WAF. Detect malware and monitor file integrity in real time. Manage all security features from one easy-to-use dashboard. Hello everyone, and welcome to the tutorial video of PrestaShop Advanced Security Manager module by Knowband. In this video, I'll walk you through every feature of the module and explain how it works in a simple and practical way. But before that, let's see the installation process. Inside the module section, first you will need to click on the Upload a Module button. Select the module file that you have purchased from the Knowband and open it, after which it will start installing. After the installation is completed, it will show a configure button like this. On clicking, which it will be redirecting you to the configuration page of the module. This module is an all-in-one security solution for your PrestaShop store. Instead of installing multiple security extensions for two-factor authentication, firewall protection, spam prevention, and malware scanning, this module combines everything into one place. So, let's get started. As you can see, we are inside the security dashboard of the module. From here, you can see the security score, the number of enabled protection, the spam protection, login activity graph, top targeted accounts, top attacking IPs, and recent events. Think of this as a page that tells your security health report of your store. The higher your security score, the more protection mechanism you have enabled. At the top of the page, you can also see the emergency recovery URLs. First one is the kill switch URL. Kill switch URL disables all security restrictions. For example, suppose you whitelist your wrong IP, forget your WhatsApp authentication password, or accidentally lock yourself out of the admin panel. You can use the kill switch URL to immediately disable those security settings and regain access. Next up is the 2FA bypass URL. This URL temporarily bypasses two-factor authentication. This is useful if your phone is lost, you uninstall your Authenticator app, or your device gets reset. Now moving forward, next is admin security. These features protect your PrestaShop backoffice from unauthorized access. Inside the admin security, you can see first the two-factor authentication option. Here, you know the normal process is logging in with the email and password, but if someone steals your password, they can log in immediately. So the two-factor authentication adds another layer of security, which includes entering an OTP code after entering the password. So enable 2FA. When the setting is enabled, administrator must enter an OTP while logging in. When disabled, login works normally using only email and password, whitelist IPS. This option allows specific IP address to bypass OTP verification. For example, if you always work from your office, you can whitelist your office IP. Next up is Force 2FA. These settings make two-factor authentication mandatory. When disabled, employees can skip setting up 2FA. When enabled, employees can access the dashboard until they configure their authentication app. For Protection Store, a high recommendation is enabling both 2FA and Force 2FA. You can also see the employees who have tried to log in. You can see the details from the employee settings. Now moving forward to brute force protection. Under the brute force protection, brute force attack happens when hackers repeatedly try a different password. For example, they try admin password 123456 or many more. When you will enable the brute force protection, suspicious login attempts are monitored. When disabled, unlimited login attempts are allowed. So when you will set the max retire, this determines how many failed attempts are allowed. For example, if the value is set to 3, so after the third attempt, the IP will be blocked on the fourth attempt. Next up is the time window. This setting determines the time period during which failed attempts are counted. For example, if it is set to 300 seconds, 3 failed attempts within 5 minutes will trigger a block. Next up is the ban time option. This determines how long the IP remains blocked. For example, 900 seconds means the IP will be blocked for 15 minutes. Next up is whitelist IP. Here as well, IP added are never blocked even if multiple incorrect passwords are entered. When you will configure this setting, you will simply click on Save and you can move forward. Next up is the IP protection setting. Under the IP protection setting, you can see this feature restricts access to the admin panel based on IP addresses. When enabled, only whitelisted IPs can access the admin panel. Everyone else is blocked. For example, if your IP of office is whitelisted, only people connected from that office can access the admin page. This is perfect for business that work from a fixed location. However, if your IP changes frequently on your travel a lot, you may want to keep this disabled. After you have entered the IPs that you do not want to block, you can click Save simply, and after which the next setting is Folder Rename. In this, you can hide the admin folder. Bot continuously search for common admin URL like admin 123 and more. This feature changes your admin URL to a custom secret URL. For example, your store/whatever the virtual admin name you want to give. You can enter here. After which, you can save the settings and the old URL stops working. The new secret URL become your admin login page. Next up is the HTTP auth. So, in the HTTP auth settings, this add an extra password screen before the PrestaShop login page. Without this feature, visitors directly see the PrestaShop login page. With this feature, a browser pop-up appear first asking for a username and password. Only after entering those credentials can user reach the PrestaShop login page. Here, when you will enable, you need to enter the username. A password is already set, but you can enter a password here if you want to change it. Next up is the whitelist IPs. You can enter all the IPs similarly here as well, which you do not want to block or do not want to go through this process. And then the last step here is server compatibility. CGIP pass auth. Some server may not handle HTTP authentication correctly. If the password pop-up keep appearing even after entering correct credentials, enabling this feature usually fixes that issue. Otherwise, you can leave this setting disabled. Next up is the monitoring section, the login monitoring. This feature records login activities. The module can store login time, IP address, employee email, and success or failure status. When you will enable, you can enable or disable enable on failed login. So when enabled, the store owner receives an email whenever someone fails to log in. Next up is email on successful login. When enabled, you receive an email whenever an administrator successfully login in, and notification email. Here, whatever email will be sent, the notification will be sent to that email. You can leave it empty as well. Next up is log admin login attempts. So this store all login activities inside the module so that they can be reviewed later. And at the very end, you can download the log attempts log or you can clear the log as well. With all the settings there, after configuring, you can simply click on Save and move forward. Next up is front-end security. Inside the front-end security, first you will see is Web Application Firewall. So think of it as a feature, a security guard that is standing at your store's entrance. Every request goes through this firewall first. If someone sends suspicious requests, the firewall blocks them. This protects your store against SQL injections, cross-site scripting, path travels attack, malicious URL request. For most stores, this feature should always remain enabled. After enabling, simply you can click on Save and move forward to the next setting of the front-end security, which is Security Header. These are small instructions sent to visitors' browsers. They improve security and protect against several browser-based attacks. Here you can see Accesses protection that adds protection against malicious script, especially in older browsers. Next up is clickjacking protection. This prevents other websites from displaying your story inside hidden frames. Next is content sniffing protection. This prevents browsers from guessing incorrect file type. Next step is SSTS, HTTP strict transport. So this forces visitor to use HTTPS only. Enable this only if your store is fully running on HTTPS. The next step is HSTS settings. So apply the SSTS rule to all subdomains. Enable if subdomain also uses HTTPS. So this is for subdomain. Next step is preload making browser permanently. Remember this texting your website uses HTTPS. For most beginners, this can remain disabled. So it will remember always that yours is HTTPS, will not have to check every time. Next up is refer policy. control how much information your store shares with other websites. And then last week, this also contains permission policy. This allows your store to control browser features such as camera, microphone location, USB access. Most stores can leave this on its default setting. Okay, after configuring, you can click on Save and move forward with the spam protection. This section contains 3 different anti-spam technologies: CAPTCHA, Honeypot, and Project Honeypot. On enabling the spam protection, this will help you protect form from automatic submissions. Support service include Cloudflare, Tunsil, Google reCAPTCHA, HCAPTCHA. CAPTCHA can be enabled on the registration form, contact form, login form. When enabled, what are significantly reduced. So these are the providers that you can see. You can select the providers here after enabling the model. Only then you can see. Next step is HCAPTCHA site key. You need to enter the public key provided by the CAPTCHA services. Similarly, you need to enter the secret key as well of whatever the provider that you are selecting here. Okay, next step is Honeypot. This feature works invisibly. The module secretly adds hidden files and hidden fields to forms. Human never sees these fields. Bots usually fill every field automatically. If the hidden field is filled, the submission is blocked. This can protect registration forms, contact form, newsletter, and login forms as well. So after enabling, you can see that the protected form, what are the forms which are being protected here? And you can deselect any of these if you feel like and click on Save. The last one is the Project Honeypot. This feature checks visitors against a global database of known spammers. Here, nobody gets blocked. Recommended when testing the feature. So first, you will enable the setting. First, you will need to enter the access key. This will be your 12-character lowercase HTTPBLXS key. It is not a secret password. It identifies your store in the DNS server. Next step is the observer-only mode. As I told you earlier, only records suspicious visitors, nobody gets blocked. Recommended when testing the feature. And then next up is the log scope. Allow you to choose whether to log only suspicious visitors or all visitors. You can select from here. And then you can also select the ban duration that determines how long suspicious IPs remain blocked. Then here as well, you can add the whitelisted IP-specific IPs that can bypass these checks. And lastly, there is classification log. So review the per visitor classification and whether each was observed or blocked. You can see the log from here. After all the settings, you can simply click on Save. As you can see, there is no log here, so there is nothing for you to view. Okay, moving back to the front-end security section. The next setting is fake card. So inside the fake card protection, what happens is somewhat continuously add product to the card, creating thousands of fake abandoned cards. This can increase database size, corrupt analytics, distort abandoned card reports. So to prevent that, you can enable this setting. This module block the fake card require for most stores. This should remain enabled. Next up is the content protection. Under the content protection, this features prevent casual copyright of your content. You can simply disable the right-click text section Control plus C Control plus X and manual. So when you will enable, you can see all the features that you can disable from any user to do, like they cannot copy, they cannot paste, like they can. Such features are disabled. And you can also add IPs here. You can add the IP, and those IPs will have the access to copy, or whatever these features are saying. After configuring and saving, you can move forward to the HTTP auth, the front-end HTTP authentication. Here, this feature logs the entire website behind the username and password. This is useful when building a new store, testing a staging website, working on a redesign. Do not enable this on a live store because customer won't be able to access your website. Search engine won't be able to crawl your pages as you can be affected. So when you will enable this, you will need to enter the username. A password is already selected, and you can select a whitelisted IP right here. After which, you will simply click on Save and the setting will be saved. Okay, to show you this feature, you will need to enter the store whenever the user will enter the store. You can see that the store is asking for username and password. This is the exact setting that is also available for the admin, and you can use it similarly. After entering the correct password, you can enter the store like this, and the user will have the access of the store. Okay, now, next up is anti-malware. So this is the last functionality of the module, where you can think of this feature as an antivirus for your PrestaShop store. It scans your file and looks for malicious scripts, bad doors, injected PHP codes, and suspicious files. First of all, of course, you need to enable or disable the feature to make it work. When you will enable this turns the scanner on or off. Okay. Next up is the email alert or new threats. So on switching this on and off, you can control when you will receive an email, whenever suspicious files are detected. Okay, next up is the exclude path. This allows certain folder to be skipped during scanning. This is useful if trusted folder keep generating false alarms. Most beginners can leave this empty. Next up is the Chrome URL. This allows scanners to run automatically. For example, you can schedule the scanner to run every night at 2 a.m. Automatic scanning is highly recommended. Right now, we are in the scan report settings. So after every scan, this module stores the data, duration, file scanned, thread found, and scan status. As you can see right here, it is all stored in a tabular form, which can also be filtered very easily. If threats are detected, you can open the report and review the suspicious files. Please remember, a suspicious file do not always mean your store is hacked. Some detection can be false, positive, and should be reviewed carefully. So this was all about the PrestaShop Security Manager module. The PrestaShop Advanced Security Manager module provides multiple layers of protection for your store, admin security, front-end security, spam protection, firewall protection, malware detection, and login monitoring. Instead of installing several different security models, this extension will give you everything in one centralized dashboard. I hope this tutorial helped you understand how each feature works and how to configure the module properly. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next tutorial.